Here beim Electronica Festival. Welcome here at the Electronica Festival. And this morning we will present you a really special artwork. Special not only from the artwork, but especially from the technology side, the way it is displayed here in the Deep Space 8K. It's Vermeer's girl with a pearl earring, and it is produced as a gigapixel, but not in the way we did it the last 10 years with normal photographs, but it's used, they are using of a special microscope. And I'm really happy that Emilien Leonard is here. Thank you very much. He's the managing director from Hirox Europe. And Hirox is the company that invented the digital microscope, the first digital microscope in 1985. So a long time ago, and we used to have a Hirox microscope in our biolab, and so this is really high-end technology, and in this case it's used for capturing this gigapixel from this great artwork from Vermeer. And I'm really proud that we can also show you not only this, but another special artwork from Vermeer in this technology, and this is a world premiere, but this will be afterwards. So, without further ado, thank you, Emilien Leonard, for being here in Linz. He used to be around the whole week in Europe on different venues for presenting his work, and today he's here in the Electronica Center. And now, Emilien, please give you an insight about your work and about the way we can show you this artwork. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And thank you very much also for inviting me here at the Electronica Deep Space 8K Festival. It's a big pleasure to be here again. I was here the first time, I think, at Electronica more than 10 years ago, and always exciting to be here. And thank you very much, everybody, for coming. So today we will talk about a very special painting that is very important to me. This project is one of the highlights of my career so far. And as I explained, or as I was introduced, my name is Emilien Leonard, and I work with Hirox since now 18 years. I'm not a painter, I'm not an art restorator, I'm not an art historian, but I ended up working a lot with paintings and with museum, and I'm a photographer. I really love photography, and the first time I saw the Hirox system, I was blown away. So then I started working with it. And maybe in order to give you a little introduction or to understand what is this microscope and what is digital microscopy, I would like to show you a few things in real time. So I brought with me here the newest 3D digital microscope from Hirox, the HRX01, which is the latest technology. And this is here the system, how it looks like. So here we have a camera, lens, lighting. The camera itself is mounted on a motorized Z-axis, and the object is placed on a motorized XY stage. Then when you look at an object, you can simply click here to increase the magnification and see details in very high resolution. Now, a typical problematic that you have in microscopy is the depth of field, meaning you only have a very small area that is in focus. And what we developed is the possibility using focus stacking to have everything in focus. So I can simply go down and select the lowest point and the highest point, and then the system will automatically create a series of images, and everything is in focus within a split second. So this is great, you can see a lot of details, but if you want to look at an object a little bit more, let's say when you have an object that is a bit three-dimensional and you want to understand better the shape, you can simply here use the motorized Z-axis, remove the adapter, and here I've got my little treasure box. I simply here attach the adapter here, and now you can use a very unique system, which is the we call it the rotary heads. It's a 360-degree motorized mirror system. And instead of looking at it from the top, we are actually looking at it from the side. And this allows you to understand complex shapes very easily. You can see if it's, for example, it looked before like it was kind of flat. Now you can really see on the edge, understand cracks, understand difficult shape. This is, by the way, a 3D printed metal 3D printed object that is very nice. But a lot of our customers are using it to look at microelectronic, for example. This is sorry, this is a electronic connector that has been traveling quite a bit. So, and then instead of having a top-down view, you can here see inside this little tube and understand here better any kind of properties. So this is the let's say the introduction for the general concept of the microscope. Now, if you want to do a 3D measurement, you need a little bit higher magnification, and we have here high magnification lens. In this case, that can go up to 5,000 times, and you see within a few seconds you can switch. And I will look at something a bit more in detail. So let's take, for example, here a little painting. So you can see here the eye of a bird, and I want now to look at it more in detail. So I will simply here go to 140 times, which will be significantly higher magnification. And here you can see already small cracks. Here I can just double click to move to another location. And here we can see some tiny gold particles. You can see also there is a crack, and I would like to measure the depth of the crack here exactly at this point. So now we go at 700 times magnification. Now you can see that only a small part is in focus. And what I will do is I will change the lighting a little bit to test how it looks like. And then I will do the same thing again. Choose the top and the bottom. Now this time, additionally, I will also have the depth information. So now keep in mind there is here some kind of varnish on top of it, which can be a little bit confusing. However, we still here manage to get a very good result. And now this is how a surface of this ancient miniature painting looks like, and you have the possibility to move the profile, to measure height, for example. So let's say I want to see how tall is this gold layer, and here we have about 7 microns. So this technology is used for microelectronics, for watchmakers, for automobile, aerospace, national bank, criminal police, or forensic police. But in this case, what is really interesting for us is for paintings. And you see this is one single spot. And what about having a larger view? So if you want not only to see this very tiny area, but you want to do what we call a stitching or panorama. Already a few years ago, we developed this stitching algorithm that works very well. However, we had 2 limitations. One limitation is how big is the stage, because we are usually in microscopy you are looking at very small objects. So we have motorized X-ray stage of 5 centimeter, then we started to do 10 centimeter, but we still need to do much bigger if you have a big painting. So I will show you first the concept and how it works, the tiling or stitching. And I'm back now at lower magnification. We are now at 10 times. And if you want now to see this in a higher resolution, you would zoom, for example, here to 30 times. And then go to the tiling, choose a starting point. I will do it just in 2D for now. So I just select a starting point and the end point. And click on execute. So now the system is automatically okay, I still have the settings for the for the Giga panel that I just did, so I need one little second. Okay. And maybe what we can do in the same time is start with the PowerPoint. Yes. So I can explain a little bit, start a little bit the explanation while I do the stitching. Yes, so I showed you the general concept of the microscope, how to do a 3D. I will show you in a few seconds how the tiling works, but now let's discuss about the girl with the pearl earring and this amazing experience it was. Set and okay. In the same time, the system here is doing the stitching. Yes, so this painting is worldwide famous. It's one of the most iconic painting. Everybody, I think, in the world knows it or have seen it at some point. I had the chance to look at it. So this is the HRX01, and the question now is how to have a look at this painting. It all started actually with the Kunsthistorisches Museum here in Vienna. I mean, not here we are in Linz, but in Vienna in Austria. They contacted me about 13 years ago to look at this marvelous painting, the Malkunst, the art of painting, which is a gem. I recommend you to see it if you didn't have a chance. I instantly fell in love. It was love at first sight. And this is a very old publication, so it's not very in focus, but basically I had the chance to look here at the face and to come closer and closer and closer and see just a tiny dot of white on the lip creates this glossy effect and this feeling that the girl is ready to speak, which was amazing. And we developed an adaptation of our system. It's a very old system here. I mean, very old. We developed a way to look at it horizontally. So we can look at a much bigger object than we could see before. So it was the first start of developing a system for museum. And then we continued a little bit further, and we used a little bit better connection. This is here, for example, a Van Gogh painting, Van Gogh painting in a TEFAF in Maastricht, and with a little bit newer technology, the 8700. It was very good. We had good stability, but we still had only one view. Then we thought, okay, if we have a more three-dimensional object, larger object, we developed here these flexible arm stands, which is here in the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam. Also very nice. You can go in every direction, but again, you are limited because you can't do this panorama of a large object. Then it became more interesting. Together with these stands, we were able here to have some motorization, but still not fully controlled by the software. This is, by the way, the sunflowers from Van Gogh. Again, beautiful. I'm very lucky to have the chance to have looked at all this painting, and obviously the Scream, which is another masterpiece, worldwide famous. Here you can see this is a 3D reconstruction of the surface. You can see it here in its full glory. All the white here that is on top of it is some kind of crystals that is growing on top of the surface. So you will ask, why are we looking at a painting under the microscope? Well, it's one of the reasons is for that. When you see paintings or a work of art, they are living objects. They have a lot of tiny pigments. They have chemical reactions. Some of them has a varnish, some don't, depending on the artist. In the case of the monk, the Scream from Monk, there is no varnish on it, and it's more likely to have chemical degradation or things happening on the surface. Here in this case, we can actually measure this, which is not part of the original painting, to see what it is, to measure it, and then to remove it. And this was pretty scary, I have to say. I had to do this picture, I'm sorry. Then we thought, okay, it's great. Now we have a newer technology, the i2000. We can make it more portable. This is here in Iceland for Arte. And this was really exciting to be in the field. I had the chance also to work with the BBC and even to film some pretty funky bees. This is again with the rotary head. It has nothing to do with paintings, but I just love this video, so I thought, okay, I show you. I can share it with you. This is pretty amazing because we can, with the rotary head, look at living objects, at living insects, and still be able to see them in great detail. Then let's go back to the girl with the pearl earring. Now, the Mauritshuis contacted me in 2018 and telling me, hey, it will be really cool. We have a new project called The Girl in a Spotlight, and we do 2 weeks full-on technological research with all the latest technology that is available to know at this point what is what are the secrets that we don't know yet, what is the state of this painting, and they asked me to do the microscopy part. So then I thought, okay, now this time is really time to step up, and as I explained, the challenge was to do the complete painting, not only one single spot. Then to have a software that can capture panorama up to 100 million pixels, because at this time this was the maximum we could go. Then we could do big stand, only small area. We could do 10 by 10 centimeter, small object. And then for this project, we developed a completely new stands with 50 times 50 centimeter and XY stage and motorized Z-axis, as well as a software for automatic multifocus with no size limit. So this was the first, let's say, drawing, the first prototype that we made, and then pretty quickly after that we had the system in our office, and we started to do some tests. The Mauritshuis in Den Haag sent us where the girl with the pearl earring is located, sent us some kind of 3D print replica, so we could do some tests, and then the big day arrived. So the Girl in a Spotlight project was open to the public, and there was a glass enclosure where people could see us like in an aquarium. They could walk around and see us working with a microscope. And the first day we started to use this already very nice stands, but again, only some simple areas. And it was still very nice to get a first feeling, to have a look, to understand a little bit better. And also we had the chance to do UV lighting inspection. By the way, this is here Abby van Divere, who is from the Mauritshuis, who is the restorator in charge of this project. She did an amazing job. And this is Boy here, who is a great guy that helped us a lot as well. And this is a very quick video showing while we were inspecting, so you can see the public, no pressure, looking at us and checking everything that we are doing, which I think is a great way to involve people and help them understand the importance of art restoration. And here you can see our UV lighting system. This is with visible light, so with regular LED lighting. And this is here with UV light. Now you can see here on the bottom right, for example here, this and this are retouches. So because the painting is damaged, sometimes you have paint loss, you have parts missing, so you need to put additional material to kind of fill the holes. Usually you don't see them with the naked eye, and also you don't see them much with visible lighting, but you can see here, for example, you can see very clearly with UV light. And those are different areas. For example, this little white spot here in the eye looks like this under UV, and here is the mouse with a few different examples. Then finally, the day I was waiting for, can you press, maybe go in the center and press play? Yes. It's just a very short time lapse showing the construction of the system. This is my my very good friend and colleague Vincent Sabatier, with whom we developed these stands. And it's a lot of work actually. It looks very simple, but you have to align all the axes perfectly so that when you do a gigapixel panorama, you have a good result. So first we mounted the x-axis here, then the y-axis here, then we mounted the motorized z-axis with the lens, and then start to prepare the PC. We used the iMac actually with Windows on it, and it worked very well. Then connect everything, and then at some point we are ready to go. This is a nanopoint scanner system, older version that we used as well. And then doing the final adjustments, and here I arrive once the job is done. Thanks to my colleague that did amazing work. And then we could start. And this is here the first few inspection together with Abby van Divere. And we were pretty amazed at what we got as a result. So what we did here, you can see this is a double dot on the surface, and the general concept here, it's just a small area. We have to select the highest points, the lowest points, the starting point, and the end points, and then the software automatically calculates how many steps and automatically launch the acquisition. So it's a little bit long video, so I will probably skip it and show you in real time how the system looks like. So basically we selected this point on the very top and this point on the very bottom. So top left, bottom right, we looked at the lowest point and the highest point, and then we launched the acquisition. This here is a detail of the reflection of the light on the pearl. So the pearl itself is round like this, and then just in the center is this reflection. This here, for example, is an overview of the image. This is just a detail of the eye. and at 35 time, 140 time, and this is the 3D a 3D view. So let's jump into the actual panorama, so you can see how it looks like. Could you please switch? Thank you. Because this is quite unique. Damn. Okay, one more time. Aha, I think I know. So. This is the result of our scan. And now, where would you like to go? Any?
The pearl, of course.
The pearl, okay. Then let's go to the pearl. So this is here a zoom, and this is the reflection I was showing before. You can even see on the reflection itself some kind of little marks. Here you can see the individual pigments. You can move around, and this is the great thing with this scan, is that instead of usually traditionally in microscopy you will only go to one single spot, and then here you can just freely move around and go anywhere you want, and then have a look at, for example, here some detail in the mouth. Now if you want to go, for example, to here the eye, and to have a look here at this, and you can see here is a tiny retouch that is very small and very delicate, that you can see obviously with our system, but great work for the restaurators that did an amazing job here. I can show you some of my favorite places. One of them is here, where you can see the blue covering the yellow part of the head, of the headbands, and you have here the possibility, or here even, to look here at this area. Now this is at 35 time magnification. You can see every crack. You can also see a little bit of dust or sometimes fibers, because, well, it's hard, because there was no glass. There were no glass to have absolutely no fibers at all. Now, if we want to look at this, but a little bit more in detail, I did a few other scans actually. I did 8 scans, or maybe even more. And I will dive directly into it. Now this is the same area that we looked just now, but let's have a look with even greater detail. So here you can really see the individual pigments. You can see here a little protrusion, and this is great help for the restaurators and for art historians. They can understand better what type of pigments were used, what is the condition of the painting, and they even discovered that the black, what looks like a black background, is actually a green drape. So here on the back, this is not black, actually, it's green. Now again, here this is the eye. And if we go here in lead white, which is the white that Vermeer used, it spent a lot of time and effort getting the right kind of pigments to get some special effect that makes this painting so alive. And obviously you want to have a look at the pearl. So this is even higher magnification than what I showed you before, and it's pretty amazing to have this kind of panorama to work with, and to be able to zoom in and zoom out easily. So now this looks very nice, but this 140 times scans, one of the goals was to look at them in 3D. And so to do that, let's go to our 3D viewer. And this is pretty nice. Here we have, this is the 2D view. So this is what I showed you before. This viewer was made by my colleague Vincent Sabatier. And when you click on 3D here, it goes to the 3D view. Actually, the true, because it's a very flat painting, actually. Very, very flat. This is how the surface looks like. This is a 1-to-1 z-axis. And we, in order to see it better, we put the possibility to expand it 5 times. And now you can have a closer look and really see amazing resolution in 3D. So you can see that the white here is a little bit higher than the rest. However, around the white there is also some material that has been pushed down. So if you want to understand this in a better way as a scientist, and you want quickly to see, okay, where is the highest, where is the lowest, you can use here pseudocolor, which represents the height. So the blue is the okay, let me go back to the okay. The blue is the deepest and the red is the highest. So here, just by looking at it, you can see also a very interesting thing on the cracks. They are not just like a little opening. They are actually going up, so it creates a little bit of mountain, and sometimes a bit like iceberg moving together. Sometimes some are higher than others. So here, for example, you can see this one is significantly higher than the things around it, or the painting around it. And here you can see little fiber. Well, and you can choose whether you want to have the true color, the pseudo color, or only the height information, and even a wireframe. The wireframe here shows only the mesh of the point height, basically. And now we made a few scans, inclusive here the blue background I was showing before. And again, here you can see the ice, or the mountain of the surface. So it was pretty amazing to be able to do a 3D stitching of this size, because usually 3D stitching are very small, and those are several centimeters. And it's a great help for restorators, as I said. So maybe we can have a look. You remember before I showed very quickly when I was doing the scan, I was scanning these double dots. So Vermeer added a lot of these small dots in different paintings to create this relief feeling, this height feeling. And here it's a very nice example showing this double dot, and you can have a feeling of mountain of the surface, which I'm sure you would have loved to see. And maybe one more is the reflection of the pearl, which is also very interesting. Again, here you can notice that the height here of the reflection of the pearl is not much higher than the surface, and next to it you have some kind of cavity. You have to keep in mind that this painting is more than 300 years old, and the goal, the whole goal, not only is to understand the surface, but most importantly is to know how to keep it alive. So this is the very important work of conservators and museum restorators, is to make sure that in 300 years or 500 years you are still able to enjoy this painting, and not only a picture on internet. Well, this was pretty amazing, and however, I did, after this was all done, we were very happy, everybody was excited, and then we thought, okay, what's the next step? The next step is the bigger object and bigger scans, because here the girl with the pearl ring is only 45 centimeter times about 40. So the bridge system that we developed, you can place 50 times 50 centimeter, and that's about it. So what about paintings that are bigger, if I may? And also, well, those are a few pictures during the inspection. There was also for the public some explanations on screens. Well, I didn't tell you the whole story. We had to do the scans at night, and we could control remotely with TeamViewer the microscope. We could see with webcam in a museum that was closed with nobody inside except for security people, obviously. And this was pretty surreal to be able to, from your laptop, access to the microscope and see the scan in real time, start and end the scan without being there. So in total, we had 10 billion pixel scan, and probably around 455,000. We had 9,100 area, and I believe we took 50 images in each of the area. So you can see one single image is a little square like this. So we did a quick test to see if everything is there. And then this is a very basic test of the stitching. After that, we did a much better one. And this is during the inspection together with Abby. It was really day and night for 3 days. And yeah, what I wanted to show you quickly, which is also pretty fun, some of the scans we did. So we did the entire painting, and then we did some of the separate areas. And those separate areas, this is what I just showed you. This is this 140 time magnification. And here we are in a bar or in a restaurant in front of a fireplace, and we are controlling the microscope directly from my laptop, selecting the bottom, the top, the start and end completely remotely, which is, I think, the first time something like this has been done. And again, my lovely colleague Vince concentrated. Of course, you have a lot of stress and responsibility, but pretty amazing. So this was the result, as I showed you, some 3D example. And yeah, we had to do a little selfie with the painting. Now, what I was saying is, what about larger paintings, or paintings that we cannot put flat? And then we developed this, we call it the T-stance, where the lens is going horizontally. So this is a painting from my grandmother, and we used it as a test. And this we developed originally for the Nachtwache, for Night Watch, the Nachtwacht, which is Rembrandt's painting, one of the most famous painting, and one of the highlights of the Rijksmuseum. And they wanted to look at this 3.6 time huge painting and how to look at it horizontally. So we developed this stance, and then we had the chance to look at another masterpiece from Vermeer, which is The View of Delft, which is also in a Mauritshuis. Beautiful, beautiful painting. And so this is the newest microscope, the HRX01, and now you can see the horizontal T-stands. And one of the crazy things here is that this painting was hanging in the museum with a glass through a glass with a frame, and we are still able to get very good results. So basically, at the end of the day, visitors left, and we came with a system and launched the scan to do it overnight. Now you can see the reflection of the window, and here we used a side lighting for that. And here, this is the signature from Johannes Vermeer, which is here. Just a tiny one, but looks very nice. And now, if I may get back the control, I can show you a little bit how it looks like, because it's also really, really beautiful. And Delft. So this is the left side, and this was made with a telecentric lens, this new 1020E, which is our newest lens, and the resolution is just beautiful. Again, you can see a lot of little touches, a lot of little small dots, and this is one of my favorite parts here. It's absolutely, yeah, it's quite amazing to see this. And here you can see also some little bumps. Some people say that he mixed some sands to create this kind of effect. And again, a real master painter. And let's have a look at the other view here. And obviously here those two ladies having a chat. Now we also did this scan at a higher resolution, which looks like this. So this was very exciting, and then we received a call from the SKD, Staatliche Kunstsammlung Dresden in Germany. And they asked us, or they told us that they just made an amazing restoration of Johannes Vermeer, Das brieflesendes Mädchen am offenen Fenster, the girl reading a letter at the open window. And this is in the Gemäldegalerie Alte Meister in Dresden, inside the Swinger. No, Staatliche Kunstsammlung Dresden. Inside Swinger. And the exhibition opens yesterday. Actually, I was 2 days ago at the opening in Dresden, then I was quickly in Czech Republic, then I came here just non-stop, and I finished the scan, well, last week. And it goes up to the 2nd of January, and I very strongly recommend you to go there. It's a beautiful, it's the largest Vermeer exhibition in Germany, with 10 Vermeer and over 50 work of art from the Netherlands. People, museums all over the world send them their paintings. Now, this is a very special scan or special story, because this is how it was for the last 250 years. Now, people know this painting; it's very famous. However, recently, I think about 4 years ago, they realized that this is actually the real painting. So this here, all the top right parts has been overpainted by someone. We don't really know who. And they found out with infrared and different technology that actually behind the surface, the god of love, Cupido, was there, which gives a special meaning also to the painting, because she is reading a love letter and not any kind of shopping list. And so this was pretty amazing. You can see also the colors have been greatly improved. You can see also the mask, and the mask is stepping on a mask, which is a symbol saying nothing hidden, true love and no secrets, kind of. And now this is Christoph Schölzel, who did the restoration, micrometer by micrometer, or millimeter by millimeter with a scalpel, I think for nearly 3 or 4 years, to remove the entire painting. This was during the press conference, I think around half, to show, hey, look at what we found. And he did an amazing job. Now they asked us to come, and this time we thought, okay, we have to step up the game, because this painting is larger, is 85 or 83 times 65 centimeter. So we had to split and to do several scans and to stitch them. And we had very little time, because we started, I think, less than 2 weeks before the opening of the exhibition, and we had to do the scan, we had to process everything, to do a panorama, and to have everything ready on time for the opening. So crazy challenge, but we redesigned the T-stands, we improved the software, and we are very, very happy with the result. So this is a short video showing the process of moving the painting, because we had to do several scans. We had to do really day and night for about 5 days, and it's extremely important to have the alignment of the painting and the microscope, because here we took 15,000 images, or 15,000 areas, each of them about 30 to 50 steps. And you have to think about it, 15,000 times 1 second is a lot of time. And so, because we have to select the bottom, the top very accurately, we started to do a scan with a nanopoint scanner. So here we have a sensor that is measuring only here 10 lines to measure the altitude. The red is the highest and the blue is the lowest again. And this helped us to align the painting with the axis, as well as to know where is the lowest and where is the highest points, to really be as fast as possible. Obviously, we didn't scan it at this speed. I think it's like 100 times faster or something like that. But just to show you a little bit. So you see every time the lens is moving back and forth, creating a multifocus, getting the data, going to the next position, and so on and so on. Yeah, we were very happy, and it was a success. And this is the result. Actually, I finished it this morning at 3:45. You don't see the time here, but I've been working yesterday night, nearly all night long, so that's why I'm a little bit tired, to finish this final panorama. I already had a preview panorama, and this is the final. Now you can see on the bottom here, 36.7 gigapixel, meaning 36.7 billion pixel. And you can see here it's about 215,000 times 170,000 pixel. Just this picture is 100 gigabytes. And if you print it, you can print in full resolution 18 meter tall. So it's huge, but it was really super exciting to do it. I also did some 140 time magnification, and this, for example, is just to show you the surface in the curtain. So in the curtain, you have this actually pretty 3D shape, and they look like this. Again, you can do the height measurement and understand how much of this impasto has been placed on top of it. And you wonder, well, this is all great, but how does the scan looks like? If I may get back, I show you a little zoom in the painting. Okay. Otherwise I can do it in another way. Yes. So this one actually has a lot of little points again, even more than with the girl with the pearl earring. And you can see the face doesn't have any clear straight line. It's all made of tiny, tiny little dots. So for example, if we go to the lips of the girl, you will see these very fine touches, very precisely positioned, and look at this, it's absolutely beautiful. The great part with this painting is, well, it has been freshly restored, new varnish, and also it is in very good condition. So there is not much retouches, which was great for us to do the panorama. This will be soon online, and you will have the chance, both the girl with the pearl earring and the brieflesende Mädchen am offenen Fenster, to do it yourself from your mobile phone, from your computer. So this is one of my favorite parts. This is in a band of her hair, and you can see here even like in one spot of paint, there are already multiple colors inside. So this was absolutely amazing to scan it. It's a pretty long video, and I think the time is slowly we are slowly getting out of time. So I just want to, if I may go back, please. Just want to show you this. This scan was made with Jan Jordens, my colleague, and with myself. And this is our email address. And we have different websites from depending where you are in the world. And this is a QR code that where we'll place information. It's not their official. As I said, the opening was yesterday. 2 days ago, I was there at the opening ceremony with Angela Merkel and the president or minister president of the Netherlands, the director of the Rijksmuseum, and so on. So it was really amazing to be there. And all this has been made possible by those lovely people that I thank very much. Of course, now Abby van Nieuwere and in the SKD Museum, Uta Neidhardt and Stefan Koya, but I met a lot of beautiful people, and obviously the Ars Electronica. And obviously Jan Vermeer van Delft, which I'm in love with him. Maybe, yes? Maybe a last thing, 1 minute. Do you want to have a look? Willst du einmal kurz kommen? Ich sage eine kleine letzte Sache. Vielleicht währenddessen gibt es Fragen. Yeah, German is okay. Mhm. Ja, das ist eine sehr gute Frage. Wir benutzen LED-Beleuchtung. Das ist ein kaltes Licht. Und wir haben Tests gemacht über die Intensität, wie viel Lux wir benutzen. Das sieht beeindruckender als es ist, weil der Raum ist sehr dunkel und das Licht scheint extrem hell zu sein. Wir arbeiten mit über 20 Museen in Europa, die das nachgeprüft und getestet haben und festgestellt, dass es hier kein Problem ist. Wir bleiben auch nicht lange auf einer Stelle. Wir bewegen uns immer und wir vermeiden immer, dass es bleibt in eine bestimmte Stelle. Gibt es andere Fragen? Aber gut, dass Sie das fragen. Man muss natürlich extrem aufpassen. Ja?
Das ist auch natürlich in Österreich, muss man fragen, darf man das überhaupt? Das ist also eine wichtige Frage. Immer wieder auch sozusagen genau das Thema, was man viele solche Gigapixel aufnehmen haben.
Ja.
Wo werden die 3D-Scans verfügbar sein?
Ab wann wird das Ganze online verfügbar sein?
Wenn ich einmal geschlafen habe, sehr bald. Also ich würde schätzen, wir sind also bis Ende September, glaube ich, das werden wir online stellen.
Wie viel kostet so ein Gerät, was ihr da im Einsatz habt?
Das ist schwierig zu sagen, weil es gibt so viele Optionen, aber so wie ein gutes Auto.
Da gibt es auch viele Optionen bei guten
Ja,
Autos.
genau.
Für ein Restaurant
Ganz kurz.
ist es offensichtlich eine hervorragend fantastische Möglichkeit, was Sie hier aufzeigen.
Ja.
Gibt es denn Erkenntnisse zur speziellen Arbeitsweise von Vermeer? Also Stichwort Geheimnisse, die auch dahinter stehen hinter seiner Arbeitsweise. Kann man da schon was dazu sagen durch Ihre Technologie?
Ja, also es ist immer für mich ein bisschen schwierig zu sagen, weil ich selber bin kein Spezialist. Aber zum Beispiel, was ich kurz vorhin erwähnt hatte, der Hintergrund von das Mädchen mit der Perlenohrring ist nicht dunkel oder nicht schwarz, das ist eigentlich tiefgrün. Und das hat man gesehen, unter anderem mit dem Mikroskop, dass es ein Vorhang war. Also ein Vorhang, also heißt es Vorhang, oder? So die
Ja, Vorhang.
Rideau.
Genau.
Aber auch zum Beispiel, dass die Wimpern hat. Das wusste man vorher nicht. Und natürlich genau über das allgemein, wie es aussieht. Jetzt würde ich einmal ganz kurz das zeigen, weil der Zeit ist ein bisschen knapp und das möchte ich einmal gezeigt haben. Hier kann man direkt im Kontakt sein, das bitte nicht mit einem Vermeer-Gemälde machen. Und dann kann man hier zum Beispiel direkt die Fasern oder der Druck zeigen. Und hier kann man sogar diese ganz kleine Mädchen mit der Perlenohrring. Wo ist die? Da. Bisschen pixelisiert. So. Willst du deine Hand machen? Vielleicht umgedreht? So. Hier sieht man direkt der Haut. Oder hier dein Ars Electronica Sticker, wenn du ein bisschen näher dran kommst. Das ist hier dein Shirt und der Ars Electronica Logo. Ist cool, ne?
Ja,
Schön.
die Zeit ist leider schon so weit fortgeschritten. Wenn es noch Fragen gibt an den Emilien Leonard, er ist natürlich noch da. Man kann man dann sehr, sehr gerne draußen vor den Deepspace befragen, um noch tiefer in das Thema sich hineingeben, also
Dankeschön.
tiefer als das. Ja, geniales Gigapixel, übertrifft alles, was wir bis jetzt an Gigapixeln hier herinnen zeigen durften. Ja, ich hoffe, Sie hatten eine spannende Zeit hier. Danke fürs Kommen und ich wünsche noch einen schönen Tag und noch ein schönes Ars Electronica Festival.
Dankeschön, dass Sie hier da waren. Und vielen Dank für die Einladung.